called named EIGRP. And I want you to understand it's really the same entity as what we've been talking about. All the same issues arise. And I want you to see this and go, okay, there's nothing different here, but what is different is the configuration. Now, we got to make sure that you're capable of reading this syntax. And so we have got kind of a side-by-side comparison. Now, the great thing about named EIGRP is it gives you address families. Address families make your life a little bit harder at first, but easier later on. So what we have here is an EIGRP config for IPv4 for Autonomous System 1. And we can see, oh, passive interface is going to apply to all my interfaces by default. And then I go into my interfaces. I'm going to advertise a summary route. I'm going to override passive interface default. Okay. Then I get to see things like my network commands. And I also have a space for the IPv6 address families. Now, when we think address families, this is the protocol that we're communicating information about. BGP is the same concept. Address families in BGP, those are the protocols that we're speaking about network commands or networks, prefixes. So we're sharing prefix information for IPv4 and prefix information for IPv6. There's something also called a carrier protocol. This is not the carrier protocol. This is the protocol that we're talking about. And you can see what it's related to on the left-hand side, and you're like, well, this is a longer config. Yeah, it's harder at first. But 20 years from now, everything is going to be done with address families. That's at least what my crystal ball tells me.